Hello and welcome back to Outside the Fire. I am, of course, Crazy Jay, and I appreciate you joining me. We're now on episode 4, and I appreciate you joining me as always. We're not going to waste any time here. We're going to introduce this guy who knows a thing or two about a thing or two. He's a really awesome individual, really good. Glad I got to know him over the last couple of years. He so far is the one that is sponsored to attend this event, which is pretty cool. That makes him kind of like a professional, right? But anyway, I thank you for joining. Let's go ahead and we'll bring him right in, not waste any time.
Yeah, professional.
All right, welcome, Midge. Eric Midge Welbaum. That's who we have today. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful. Here, we're going to put this up. So, Eric, let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's kick it right off. You are sponsored for the event coming up at the West Coast Hot Sauce Experience. Let's talk about your sponsor a little bit. Let's give them the front end plug right now.
Oh yeah.
Prescribed Burn Sauces. All right, cool. Let's hear it.
Yeah, he's a local. I'm in Sacramento, California. He's from Granite Bay, which is 45, not even 45, 30 minutes away, if that. Just up the hill. And I've been talking to him. I started talking to him a while back, actually. He wanted to meet up and trade some sauces, and we never did. And then he kind of came back into my life just a couple, like 2 months ago, and said that he's going to be doing some, what's it called? Farmers markets. God, there it is.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so he goes to one farmer's market, and then his brother-in-law goes to the other farmer's market, and they got the whole setup, tables, little tent and all that, And he said, you want to meet up? I'll give you a couple sauces. And I was like, yeah. And I completely spaced it, forgot. I was like, oh, man, that dude, Michael, his name's Michael. I was like, Michael wanted to meet up. I was like, oh, well, damn it, next time. So Jiff actually said, hey, have you thought of maybe getting a sponsor for the event, help you out? And, it's a good thing for both. You could promote their business, and it's a tax write-off for them. And I was like, no, I haven't. So I made a post on Facebook, and within 5 minutes, Michael messaged me. He's like, hey, man, what's it going to take to get you to wear my stuff down there? He's like, I get you a hat, a shirt, and he gave me 8 sauces.
Oh, sweet.
I met him on a Wednesday. He gave me 8 sauces, and then that following Saturday, I went down to the farmer's market, and his brother-in-law was there and gave me an unreleased sauce that they made the night before. So 9 total sauces. He was very kind and generous and donated some funds to help me out also.
That's awesome. No, that's awesome.
I mean, all I got to do is rep his company and wear it on stage and, talk a little about him. And I'm like, that's what like you said, professional. That's what I said. I was like, damn, I feel like a pro here.
Hell yeah. That's
like,
awesome.
Hell yeah.
And he can be found on www.prescribeburnsauces.com, correct?
Yes. Really, really good sauces too. Man, I can't get enough of them. Like, that's no lie. Like, every single one was good. Good flavor. He's got a pickle one. He's got a sauerkraut one. It's actually made with sauerkraut. And I had pork loin and sauerkraut the other night, and I dumped that all over. I was like, oh, damn.
Yes, for sure. That's awesome. Well, thank you for that. And I'm sure he thanks you for that as well. But now, my very first question that I've asked everybody else, let's talk about you because this is about you. Let's give yourself a little introduction on top of this. Tell us a little bit of whatever you want to share, and then we'll get into some questions. Sound good?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, everybody, most everybody pretty much knows who I am. They call me the Midge. That's kind of a long story.
That's actually one of the questions I have for you. So,
Okay, we could save that one then.
all right,
And they call me the Chuggernaut also because I chug beers.
we'll get into that too. Yep, that's part of the questions. Yep, good.
I got in Chili game probably what two. It was about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. I've always ate spicy stuff, and I started I got into pod people, started eating some spicy stuff, and the rest is history. But yeah, I got two kids, Jackson, Madison. My daughter, she's 15. My son is 6. Yeah, it's just from Sacramento, California. I make sauces. I eat hot stuff.
Nice. That's what we're here to do, right?
Exactly.
Here to talk about. Cool. Very cool. Thank you for that. Again, I appreciate you taking the time to join me as all of these. So if you haven't noticed the theme for this series of Outside the Fire, all of these are potential or actual. I say potential because you never know what might happen between now and then, but they're looking to compete in the hot sauce, the West Coast hot sauce experience in San Diego, California. And that's coming up June 18th, 19th, I believe, whatever that weekend is.
Yeah, 19th. 19th is a competition on Father's Day.
Right.
So I get to suffer on Father's Day. Woo, yeah.
So just mention Zach Goots in the house. He's a fellow competitor. We're going to talk to him later this week, I hope. You got Ruthie. She's spying on you. You even got Monty from Australia checking in on you. Yeah, Butt Burns. You got Brandon Harris, of course. I hope you don't mind me mentioning it. You already gave me permission before. Liz, she's here. Sean Henson. So you got quite a crowd of people that know who you are. Let's hopefully we get fun, figure out people that don't know who you are. Who knows? Whatever. But anyway, that's not the important part. The important part is my very first question, and that is, where's Waldo? Where is he?
I don't know. Well, when you were missing, I think you became Waldo, right?
I know that was a fun event too. That was awesome. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, everybody's sending you love, of course. But no. Let's see. So, are you a grower or a shower or a little bit of both? And you know what that means whenever I talk about that.
I grow pepper plants.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. I haven't grown anything else in about a year. You catch my drift.
That's funny. I got it.
Oh, geez.
Anyway, I told you we're going to have fun. That's what we do here. And that's what this is all about. So you've been growing peppers. How long have you been growing peppers, or in general? I think you've been doing for quite a while.
Growing peppers, probably about 5-6 years.
Okay,
maybe about 6 years, 7 years, maybe. But I mean, that was minimal. That was just jalapenos and stuff like that, like just habaneros. Now I'm into obviously the super hots, trying to get them.
Yeah, and all the other phenotypes that are out there and the stuff you can get a hold of nowadays.
Yeah, I got a big old giant Ziploc bag full of seeds. I mean, a gallon Ziploc full, just of everything you could think of, pretty much. There's a few I don't have, which I've contacted people and they send them. I'm like, hey, can I get some of those? And shit, yeah,
sure.
Here you go.
Yeah, a lot of people, if they have extras, they don't have a problem with it, or even trades or whatever. They'll. Yeah. Awesome. You mentioned in your own intro about making sauces. You want to talk about that? You go Creature Sauce Company. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. You want to talk
Okay.
about that? How you came up with the name? How you started doing this small batch thing, and what made you
Yeah.
decide to keep doing it?
Well, yeah, it's just kind of, I was buying hot sauces, and the funny thing is, I still buy hot sauces. I was like, I could make my own and use my own. I hardly use my own, like ever.
That's yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, I have, a lot of hot sauce, and it's like, well, shit. I think I'm going to use this one and this one and this one. I'll throw in one of mine every once in a while. Like
Right.
um, the other day, I used some prescribed burn sauces. I used 3 of them, and I just made uh, my taco sauce, and I finally I kept a bottle for myself. Last batch of the taco sauce was the first one. I didn't keep a bottle, so I was like, well, damn, I don't even, I know what it tastes like just tasting it. I never tasted it on food, so I finally had it on some tacos the other night, and yeah, it was fucking good. But yeah, I was like, oh well, you know what? I can, instead of buying all this sauce, I could do that. That's easy. And it all started with one company. Yeah, one company that I started ordering a lot of sauce from, and this guy, he's just straight Carolina Reaper, water, vinegar, and like maybe a few spices.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I was like, I could do this. And I just thought, I'd rather have a lot more flavor in my sauces, that because I like flavor. This was just straight pepper, and the hotter he goes, it's like pepper mash, straight up. And oh yeah, Ruthie.
Sorry
So
to
I
interrupt
started
you with those
making
compliments.
my my first one was actually the chupacabra recipe. I was playing around, but that one was scorpion and ghost. Chupacabra now is Reaper, and I took it camping. Man, I didn't have a bottle. I think it was, I forget the bottle. It was a big, like 8-ounce bottle of sauce. I dumped it out, cleaned it, put my sauce in that bottle, took it camping, and my buddies were just like amazed. They were like, "Holy shit, that's good!" And it was hot. It was hot. It was almost
Right.
too hot. Like
Wow.
back then. Um, so yeah, I was like, "Well, shit, this is obviously a keeper," So, but that wasn't my first one that I released. My first one I released was my tropical, or my peach. Sorry, peach habanero, or peach zombinero. I discontinued that one. Because more people started buying the tropical. Same recipe, but added mangoes and pineapple
Oh, that
with
sounds delicious.
with peach.
Yeah.
And yeah, I started, just a couple friends here and there locally. They were like buying it, and they were like, "Damn, that's good, dude." So I was like, "All right, well, I can do this." And my girlfriend made me labels and started doing that. And I just started messing around with different recipes, barbecue sauce, spicy barbecue sauce, just all that, and it's just amazing. Just I my personal favorite is the Verde Swamp Thing and Chupacabra.
Okay.
That's the 2 I use, but I've been on like a Verde kick lately, so
Yeah, I
um,
think they go in phases for that because like I know, like they have the Verde Wars and stuff like that, and then they
yeah,
have like people just kind of get into it, and it's everybody's looking for them all at the same time, and
yeah.
then yeah, and then it kind of melds around, and then it's like everybody wants them at the same time again for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you first started making these sauces, did you write down the recipe or just kind of toy around with it and then remember, or just so you had consistency with
Yeah,
your next?
with Chupacabra, I remembered what I put, but then from the first bottle I made that I took camping, I changed it because I did forget some stuff that I put in, but actually it changed for the better,
Right.
and my taco sauce that I just when I started making that the first time, I'm throwing shit in, and
Right.
I was like, hold on, I'm not writing nothing down. This might come out really good. So I started writing it down. All I was like in a hurry before I forgot what I was putting in. So I fucking run over and grabbed the envelope, a piece of mail, flipped it over, and I think it's written in a colored pencil from my son. I grabbed that. I didn't have anything else, and I was just like, all right, not forgetting now. I'm not forgetting. So that's still, I have a little recipe book that's still on the envelope. I haven't transferred it over yet, so hopefully nobody thinks, oh, it's junk mail. Let me throw that away.
Yeah, for sure. So why did you choose the name Creature Sauce? Was there an inspiration behind that, or just?
It's just I like horror movies, like older horror movies and stuff. And I was playing around with a bunch of names. I'd text my girlfriend, text my daughter. I'm like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? What do you think of that? And there was, I think Creature saw it. Yeah, I was thinking of Creature skateboards. I don't know if you ever heard of those. Like way back, I don't even know if they're still around, but back in, I used to be a skateboarder before I was big and fat. And yeah, see, got my little.
Anyway. Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, anyway, I thought that sounded cool, Creature, because I already had it in my head that I was gonna do like some kind of zombie-ish sauce, and I was playing around with one of the top ones was Wicked sauces, and I forget the others. There was a couple other ones, but yeah, I actually went with Creature. And I told my daughter, she was on Discord with her friends, and I said, ask your friends what they think of that name. And they're like, yeah, that's the best one out of all the other ones. Right. So I stuck with that. And then it was, I want to say it was that same day, man. My girlfriend, she was at work. It was a slow day. They got Photoshop and shit, and she sent me the logo she made. Right. And we actually changed the font of the writing. And I know I got a picture somewhere. I'll show you if I can find it.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, it was like big transformation from that first one to the actual one we use now. And it's just, so yeah, I went with that name just because, it was more, it kind of fit what I wanted to do. Like each one of my sauces is like a creature,
Right, sure. That makes sense. Yeah.
I got the vampire Nosferatu, like Nosferatu,
Yeah.
Swamp Thing. Right. My taco sauce is a succubus.
All right.
So, and then the only label I need to change is the tropical zombinero, because there's nothing to do with a damn zombie on the label. That's the first one. It's just like peaches and mangoes and
okay. Yeah.
I'm thinking like do some kind of like a zombie with like a peach or mango or pineapple head that's like rotting, but actually Kristen Capsaicin Cult said she would draw me up a zombie for that label, and she never did. I need to hit her up.
Yeah. A lot of nice, awesome individuals and people that you meet over especially the last couple of years, man. COVID, like I said, it's drawing people together from a distance, and now some meetups are happening, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So before I get into my next, I have one more question that is something.
Oh, here you go. Hang on. There's there's the original.
All right. Yeah. I see.
Very first labels. It was that one was a clear label.
Yeah.
And that was a regular label.
Okay.
So now you could see the difference between the writing.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it still looked cool definitely. It worked. But now it's like a swampy looking. Yeah, I like that. That's a good conversion. But very important. If you were reincarnated as a drink or ice cream, what flavor would you be?
If I was reincarnated as what?
As a drink or ice cream, what flavor?
Drink or ice cream?
Yeah, either one, whichever.
Well,
that's important to know.
I'd say a drink. I'd probably be a beer.
Specifically, any type of
any beer.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite? What's your least favorite type? Because I think that should be you.
My least favorite type of beer.
Yeah.
It's got to be IPAs.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just mouth puckering, like instant thirsty, you know. Oh.
Right.
Same with Corona. That's what Corona does to me. I take 2 drinks of Corona.
I like the Corona. Yeah, that's cool. Hey, it is what it is. But all right. So, Midge, what the hell is Midge all about? Please, please.
Jesus Christ. So years, like what's 2022? Probably, I'm going to say like, man, it might have been before my daughter was born. So 16, 17 years, maybe 18. I don't know. My buddy, Kevin, started calling me Eric the Midget.
Okay.
Just if you ever watch Howard Stern, there's a dude on there named Eric the Midget.
Okay.
So
yeah.
he started calling me that all the time. You know, he's fucking weird drunk and he's laughing. He's like, oh, Eric the Midget. Yeah, that's your new name. I'm like, all right, whatever. So then when I joined the Pod People, Mark from SoCal Chili Head Sauces, he sent me a package and he didn't know my last name. So on Instagram and Discord, my name was Eric the Midget, you know.
Oh.
And I think it was Eric.the.midget. So he felt that was a little inappropriate to put on a package. And he was like at the post office, and I guess he messaged me and asked me what my last name was, and I didn't answer him in time, so he improvised and he changed it to Eric T. Midge.
Nice.
Which is now my Instagram name. And that's where it started, was that he started calling me Midge. And it's like, so it goes from one friend calling me Midget, you know,
right,
the other friend calling me Midge. And I decided it was a little inappropriate to have Midget, you know, since I started.
Sure, I understand, for sure. Yep.
Doing the chili thing, you know, and so I changed it to Midge, and it kind of just stuck. It started with him saying Midge, and I was like, dude, that's perfect. I could change it to Midge. And Midge reminds me of Pee-wee, Big Top Pee-wee.
Yeah, for sure.
The lady's name was Midge, you know. And
I do remember that. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I like that.
That's awesome. Why. What wasn't it? Was that your grandpa that I chugged a beer with that time, or was that?
Oh, my dad.
Was that your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, he thought Midge was going to be a girl.
He did think that.
Oh, shit, I thought I was looking Midge. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, that's awesome. Yeah, good times for always. All right, so let's talk about the challenges and stuff. I know you've done quite a few of them over the years and now, and let's talk about how long have you been doing extremely spicy or even any challenges, League of Fire, whatever challenges? How long have you been?
I think it's been my first one was with the Pod People. I think it was October of 2020, I believe. So about 2 years. First one I did was the
Sorry.
Yeah, thought I was tall. No, not like Jiff, man. I met Jiff and I was like,
oh, man, I didn't realize he's that tall. You know,
me either. I'm like looking up at her, but I was like, damn it. I was standing there having a conversation with him, looking up the whole time. But yeah, my first one was the White Lightning Choco, the white chocolate thing. And I actually got cap cramps from that.
Really?
Not horrible, but a little bit. And I was sitting on the couch and I was like, oh my God, my stomach just started hurting like an hour after. I was like, holy shit, this sucks. And ever since then, I don't really get cap cramps. And it's weird. I've done hot challenges, 9 million Scoville challenges, and I don't get cramps from them. But nowadays,
with extract.
Yeah, well, nowadays I make sure it gets out after I do the challenge. So,
okay, all right.
But still, people get cramps from
That's me.
like the Queen Chug. People throw up and still get cramps for like 12 hours. I didn't. I did the 2 with you. I got not one cramp from it.
No, that's wild.
Not one. And I mean, I'm thankful for that. But yeah, that was my first one, and then the second one I did, second challenge, was the 1 chip.
Okay.
And I don't think I got any cramps from that. And then I couldn't even. My third one was, I believe it was the crunchy. So I went from those up to the.
That's a pretty extreme jump, if you ask me.
The crunchy. I was like, fuck that! I want to do that crunchy.
It tastes good.
Yeah, that thing was rough.
Man, those things are hot.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm telling you, the general consensus is those old Agnes personally baked challenges are challenges for sure.
Yeah, they are. They're not messing around, man. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. So, well, then, so you don't really get cramps. You kind of do your thing and get it back out. And some people don't understand that sometimes that's the only relief is to go visit the toilet and get it out.
Oh yeah. Man, I'm almost 40 years old, man. I don't want to be sitting around having cramps and shit,
Yeah, I was talking, I think, backstage with a couple people from the earlier interviews I was doing, and I was talking about the Queen Chugs because that's the one that's affected me the most of all the challenges. The first time I did it singly, and when I did the 2 with you, and man, I'm telling you, I've been on my floor, tile floor, man. Whew, sweating up a puddle. Clothes aren't on. I know that's a bad visual for some people, but I'm telling you, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, what is the most difficult challenge that you've done, League of Fire or
not? You're gonna make me talk about this. The the Death Bloom from the Mighty Mustache.
I've heard that wrecked quite a few people.
Yeah, that.
I think I'm lucky. I just missed that.
that actually made me feel depressed. Not that I didn't do it. I don't know what it was, but I ate about half of it, and I think if I had somebody with me to talk to me, or even on video talking to me, it was just me.
Right.
Sitting in my recliner, I had my little my table pulled up, and I'm just like talking to the camera, but I had tears rolling down my face, and I was like, I can't do it. And I looked at the camera, I said, Mustache, you got me, dude. And I fucking stood up, and that thing was so hot, dude. Like I forget what he had extract in the middle. Like, I mean, thick extract, not like the extract you buy, and it's like it's a little thicker.
It was like paste, like a paste.
Yes, it was like a nasty, like a black paste. I watched him make the video, and he gave me pointers afterwards. He's like, dude, you should have ate around the perimeter first and went into the extract. And I was like, well, shit, I didn't think of that.
Instead of trying to fight through it, right?
Yeah, but I went up, man. I went and I fucking threw up, and excuse the language. I threw up, and man, when I came back up I was actually on the floor throwing up, like into the toilet. Like, it was so horrible. And I stood up, and I was just like sad, depressed, like just weird feeling came over me, and it lasted a couple hours. And I was just like, what the hell is this? Like, people were like, oh, it was like a cap high. I was like, I'd never heard anybody talk about cap high getting depressed. Like, oh, maybe you're sad because you couldn't finish it. No, that's not what it was. It was something really, I don't know what it was, dude.
Through your emotions, right?
That thing, yeah. I was just like, man, like really, really just depressed, like broken, Like, that's why I took a picture and I posted it, and I said, this is the face of a broken man. I was just tears and snot and just,
right.
Oh, it was horrible. That thing, Oh, I tried to get a second one because he had an extra one and to redeem myself, but he sent it to Johnny Scoville, I believe it was, or
Okay.
or David, the
Yeah.
Pepper Apprentice.
Pepper, right.
Yeah, I was like, dude, let me get it, or maybe it was Wade. I don't know. He sent it to somebody.
I know the
One of
pepper.
those.
I know
One of those.
everybody that did it that I saw do it definitely struggled. And I mean,
Yeah, Jiff,
before,
if you're
during, and
watching,
after.
Jiff, if you're watching, when you gonna do yours?
Oh, he still has that thing?
Yes, he does.
Oh my
I bring
goodness.
it up to him, and he's like, "Oh, I had it out on the counter the other night," and he's, "Well, when are you gonna do it, bud?"
All right.
I'm
Well,
gonna tell him.
you have Katie Prettyman spying on you now beyond Seattle Eats. We
Yeah,
interviewed her earlier in the week. But yeah, so that's rough. Speaking of that, I think he has it on YouTube under the Mighty Mustache, how he made that thing. I believe he posted a video of his
yeah,
step-by-step process. So if anybody's interested and hasn't seen, you can go see exactly how he made it. So good
yeah.
luck
The
with that.
Mighty Mustache on YouTube. It's
Right.
gonna be a ways back, but
Right, for
that
sure.
thing,
You can probably
there
scroll
was
through the videos. Yep.
there was a lot of powder in that thing too, man. And I mean, the thing was, it was bigger than a hockey puck, man. Yeah,
Right.
it was about as big around as this mason jar,
Woo.
and probably close to 3 fingers thick at the middle, where because it was a flower. So
Yeah, you made a big like lotus-looking flower thing, right? Yeah.
yeah, oh dude, that thing was killer.
Yeah.
That's killer.
It looked tasty, but when like I said, I'm glad I kind of just missed that
Yeah,
era. That's when I was really starting to get into this stuff and kind of making myself more public. So I kind of just missed that with you and Ben and everybody else that's done them. But woof, I couldn't imagine. I'm kind of glad I missed it, honestly,
yeah.
from what I've
I,
seen from everybody.
I wish I would have went for the sauce, man. He had extract in the sauce too, but
Wow.
damn it, that sauce had to have been easier than that death bloom.
Right, man.
That shit should be a League of Fire challenge.
Yeah, for sure. So
Yeah.
speaking of
Oh.
League of Fire challenges, it might have been a while. Do you know about where you are on the League of Fire? Because you are in the League of Fire.
I was 63, but apparently I'm 69 now. Number
Well,
69.
it's crazy because see when they opened up the Chug V4 and the Scoville Slammers, so anybody that did those got to earn points, and anything else is still on hold. But now everything's on hold.
Okay, so that's probably what it was then. Because
Yeah,
since I mean their site was down, I was like,
right.
I was 63. Number 63 was 63 points. I was like, that's cool. That's why I
Yeah.
remember that, because I was
Okay.
63 and 63. And I looked the other day and I was 69 with 63 points. And so yeah, I asked them and they're working on it, you know.
They are working. They're working hard on it. They really are. I mean,
Yeah.
I know there's a lot, but they're like I said before, they're trying to make it more user friendly. Now they're going to monitor the videos for accuracy, but I believe like the entry, like the data that you can put in, they don't have to manually do that anymore. We'll be able to submit that stuff and for them, and then they'll review it, and then you'll get awarded your points. So I think that's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
But we'll find out. And we'll definitely put that information out when we know it for sure. But that's really cool. So the death bloom destroyed you and made you depressed. What was if you don't mind saying, what was the easiest challenge you've done?
That white lightning chocolate challenge. It was easy, but it did, like I said,
But it
gave
was
me
later. Yeah, it was later.
yeah. But I mean, it was like eating just, it was a little spicy, the first one. I did a second one right before I left Illinois, and dude, that was like, it was like just eating a regular piece of chocolate to me, you know. Like,
And see, for me, I love white chocolate, so that's a good one.
yeah,
Other than it didn't really taste like white chocolate, it had a lot of the other stuff in it.
peppers, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't even spicy. You know, the second time around, I was like, wow, I could eat like probably 20 of those things.
Right.
I'd get sick from the sweetness before I, got any effect from the heat.
Yes. Awesome. All right. So if you're just joining us, we're doing an interview with Eric Midge Welbaum. He is getting ready to compete in a League of Fire sponsored challenge at the West Coast Hot Sauce Experience in San Diego, California. June 19th is the event. The experience, I believe, is the whole weekend, 18th and 19th, with different events. I'm sure there'll be live streaming and people ways to see it by League of Fire. Um, so let's see here. Let's talk about your prep. How do you prepare for challenges beforehand? How do you post prep or whatever? How do you deal with the challenge?
Um, Me and Luis had a big Luis Garbaldo. If you're still here, Luis, we actually had a big joke with his cousin Osmar, uh, prepping with a McChicken. Yeah,
Okay.
there's a third. There's a third one.
Yeah, a crunchy one, like a Nestle crunchy.
Yeah, I want to try that one.
I have two of them. I'm just waiting for people.
Yeah, we made a big joke because he did. I think it was the gut bomb challenge, and he puked all over the place, and he
Right.
had a McChicken. He ate a McChicken before that, and so we made a big joke about, oh, it must have been the McChicken, like
Yeah,
fucking
it wasn't anything else.
yeah, memes and this and that. But believe it or not, my go-to prep is I like to get a McChicken and a McDouble,
Okay.
and I eat those, and obviously the fries, and then I take a couple swigs of some Pepto Bismol,
Of course, I'm
and
there with you.
yeah, that's like, dude, that's a must. And sometimes I'll drink a little milk before, but yeah, that's pretty much my go-to. Like I've done prep with a big old greasy burger, that works as well.
Right.
Like back for a while I was doing the no carb thing, and I made a homemade hamburger patty. Just I think it might have been when we did the Queen Chugs. I can't remember.
Right.
It was something, a big challenge that I did, but I
Right.
just ate a big old. I mean, it was thick, fat, greasy, just hamburger patty with cheese, and I ate that beforehand. And but yeah, that's what I do. But my main prep is taking care of myself afterwards. Is
Right.
the
Okay.
thing,
Sure.
because all that. I mean, obviously, whatever I do helps me out a lot, because doing those two Queen Chugs, I didn't feel sick, and that Jim Snow's tap out challenge, that was horrible too.
I was actually going to talk about that because Jeff brought it up in my interview with Jason Harrell about the tap out, and that looked brutal. That really
Yeah.
looked brutal. I mean, I that's one of the first sauce challenges that I think I ever seen you do, and I was like, man, that whole group of people just,
Yeah.
and that you pushed through it because I really thought you were going to give up. I really did.
I almost puked.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a stomach thing. It was, I don't know what it was. It was like I mean, it tasted good,
Yeah.
but something made me just. I think I coughed, and I was like, after I coughed, I gagged, and that's what Jeff said. He's like, try not to cough.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm sitting there with my spoon. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Like,
yep.
No, keep it in, and I kept it in. I kept going. I had, I want to say, at least a quarter bottle of sauce left when I did that. So
right,
and that one, I tell you, man, as soon as that afterburn was over, I was up.
I would have been too. I don't.
That's what they stayed live on the StreamYard, and I came back, and they're like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah, nice. Very cool. Very cool.
Like an explosion happened.
All right. So, what are you looking forward to most about the event? The contest, coming up. What are you looking forward to?
Most, I think, meeting everybody is the biggest thing. Just meeting, and not even just meeting them, but to be on the stage with them all.
I think that's exciting. Yeah.
Competing with them, because these people are not just, people from a say like, oh, chasing capsaicin or something like that. These are these are big names in the chili community, and they are like some of the most hardcore people that I've ever seen do challenges. And
Right.
I don't even know if I belong in their presence, like these, like Katie, she's going to town, man. She's doing
Oh, I
Trouble
know. I was
Bubble.
getting ready to talk about that while she's here.
She's
Yeah.
doing a Nemesis, and I'm over here like
Hoping.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not doing shit. I am not prepping at all. I need to get on it. Jiff sent me those tinks and the brownies. I did one brownie, and he sent me 9 tinks. I need to get on it, man. It's like,
Right.
But like you say, you said, yeah, you guys are scary, especially you, Katie. Shit,
She is a
not
beast.
really.
She's definitely hitting those challenges hard. I think she just did the Tubatera 2.0, Nemesis, like 2 days apart. She just did another challenge yesterday, I believe.
A
Or
Trouble Bubble, yeah.
yeah, and that's no joke either. If you've never done
16
that,
million.
that thing is hot for sure, and it gives you because you can't spit or drool, so you got to swallow whatever, and it hits your stomach. Woof. But no, Katie Prettyman, beyond Seattle Elite. Sorry to plug her in your interview, but man, she is a beast.
No, hey.
Anyway, Reaper Teacher's here checking in on you as well.
Hey, Annie.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you all joining us. So this part of the show here, so I don't keep you all night. Let's do I don't know. Pick 3 numbers from 1 to 351. Any 3 numbers.
10, 45. You said between 151?
351.
351. Let's go 351.
All right. Awesome.
151.
I mean, we could do that. We could do that on the next one. And then 2 questions again, or two more numbers between 1 and 250.
1 and 23. Cool. 23. That's for you, Butt Burns, if you're still watching. 23.
Nice. All right. So as I've mentioned before, just because I like to put it out there, if it's political controversial, I don't think these are from what I've seen so far. But if it is, I'll skip it. I'm not going to even bother with it. I'll just go to the next question around it. But like I said, so far they've just been kind of goofy or whatever. One is good questions, one is weird questions, and then we'll kind of figure out where we're going to go from there. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay, so your first one you chose is what are some red flags to watch out for just in daily life? Like, what are things that people should be concerned about in daily life as a person? I'm not talking about specific events, but as a person, what should people do or be careful about doing?
Just be aware of your surroundings, man. Like I go to work every day, and I get some weird people, and you got to watch who's around you, because you never know when something's going to happen. Like take for instance these mass shootings that have been happening.
Yeah, for sure.
Little elementary schools, and you don't think that would ever happen, and it could at any time. Like my daughter, I tell her keep the front door locked all the time.
Right.
Daytime, nighttime, keep it locked. And she's like, why? Nobody's ever gonna come in here. And I said, that's what everybody that's ever had a home invasion has ever said. Nah, nobody ever do that to my house. And then it happens. So You just gotta be aware of your surroundings at all times, and just because that could prevent something.
For sure.
Flag, you see a guy walking around, acting suspicious and on drugs or whatever, just be aware and watch that, because that could happen. Or you see somebody else that's normal looking, even that, that any slight little,
you definitely you don't know people anymore. You can't even judge. They tell you not to judge people, but you should almost be wary about everybody, because you never know anymore.
Exactly. Like out here, there was a mass shooting downtown. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
That's good. There was a shooting downtown a couple months ago. It was gang related, but this dude just opened fire on a group of people.
Right. There's innocent people around, and
there was these two girls, and in this, there was a building that they were at, and this homeless man, there was like a nook in there, it went back in. This homeless man grabbed these two girls and put them in there, and he took cover over them to make sure they didn't get shot.
Right.
Like, doesn't even know him, just a random homeless dude. He was sleeping. He got woke up by a commotion, and he heard gunshots, and he grabbed these two ladies that were out from the club, and he protected them. And now one of them's father is trying to help him out to where he could have a house and get a job. So, you never know. You just never know what's going to happen. So red flags are, they're there. There's red flags. Anything can be a red flag pretty much.
Sure. Yep.
Shit. Like, and another red flag is don't fuck with Midge.
All right, let's see here. Is there an that you can think of? Is there an invention out there that you know of that doesn't get a lot of love but has greatly improved the world?
Oh wow! Oh. Now you're making me think here.
Yeah, these are the good questions. So these are you got thinking based questions.
Let's see here. It doesn't get a lot of love, but it improved the world.
Did you watch Ruthie's interview? I think her vibrator is pretty good.
Well, the vibrators get a lot of love.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the one that cures her cramps after the challenge.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. Yeah, you have to watch that when you talk about that. It was. Yeah, but no.
I don't know, man. Like,
there's so much out there nowadays.
Like, I know it's like
invent things and some things people don't even know about. So yeah, that's a tough question. Like I said, I don't know these. Yeah,
a can opener. I mean, come on.
You're right.
Nobody ever talks about, oh, that can opener is so great. Yeah, if you didn't have that can opener, you're
how
gonna
great would that be? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but that's why they started making those pull open things, cans.
Yeah.
But they also make cans more recyclable too, so it makes them a little easier to make that.
Yeah,
that's nice. And then you chose 351. So, are you familiar with Pavlov and like Pavlov's dog and stuff? Like, a certain thing creates the reaction. Like for instance, for the dog, every time he put a treat out, every time he did what he was supposed to, he'd get a treat. So he did what he was supposed to, and kept getting a treat. So, what are some of your Pavlovian responses? Like what is there that like if you see or do something will create a reaction or same reaction for you? Is there anything like that for you?
Shit. I don't know. Drinking a beer, get a buzz.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's cool. No, that's cool.
I don't know.
I didn't know if like maybe it was like every time like Brandon Harris goes in the speakeasy, it's time to go chug a beer. Like when Brandon shows up, everybody's got to show up.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like,
I don't know. Like I said, I don't review the questions beforehand, so I don't even know what some of them are. So I wouldn't know how to answer that question.
Yeah, that's a rough question. I mean, shit.
Jeff says cooking would probably be the one for you. Like you see things and you go make something, or you kind of get inspired to go cook.
Yeah. I mean, you could. I mean, you could say that too, because I follow a lot of barbecue groups, man.
See somebody breathing, it's time to put the barbecue.
That's what I was just gonna say. I see a lot of people. I have like barbecue groups, and on Instagram I follow barbecue guys, and it's like, damn, this dude's doing some ribs, and like, all right, I'm gonna go to the store. So I go to the store, I get some ribs, and I barbecue. So
right, awesome. All right, so that's awesome. So the next question, you What would you do if you found a dead body in your hotel room when you
Turn around and walk out and tell the
arrived? I was gonna
people
say,
at
are
the
you
bus.
saying anything? Are you trying to stay in that room? What are we doing? We just move over? Like what?
No, I'd probably leave the hotel.
Yeah,
I'd go
the
to
entire hotel. That's pretty
yeah,
shady. Why is that
yeah,
still there?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
and then your room wasn't cleaned either. So
Yeah, nobody came in and cleaned it, or they cleaned it and killed the dude and left him.
well,
Like,
look. Here we go from the response perspective. You have to check the pulse and make sure they're actually dead.
yeah, that's not me because
I'm not doing it either. That ain't
that
my
could be
business. I hate to be like
somebody, somebody's sleeping in their room and I got the wrong room, or so,
that. Right. Yeah, you never know.
That's a funny story because my buddy actually works at a hotel downtown, or used to work at a hotel downtown. He was the maintenance guy, and his boss would always tell him, the lady that ran the hotel, it was a motel, so a lot of people lived there. It wasn't
Right.
just a couple days stay. And she's constantly, hey, Mr. Jackson over here hasn't paid his rent, and he's 2 months late. Can you go up and just knock, and if he doesn't answer, go inside and check, see if he's in there. And this fucking dude's laying on the bed, bloated.
Right.
And my buddy, dude, he said there was like 5 times he's found like 5 dead bodies in those apartments because people don't pay the rent, and his boss tells him to go look in there. It's like, and then he's like stuck cleaning up after the crime scene people come too. I'm like, oh man, that's horrible. I wouldn't stay in there. I'm sorry. It wouldn't be happening.
So next, what 2 things, or what things, don't have to be 2, or what is something that you think is normal but becomes really strange when you continue to do them over and over and over again? Like, it's normal to do it, but if you continue to do it, it becomes kind of weird. Is there something out there like that?
Oh man.
Maybe not. I mean, I don't. Like I said, I don't know.
I don't know. Huh. Something normal, but I mean, like, kind of like, I don't, biting your nails. Maybe it's like the more you do it,
There you go.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Yeah. That's true, Jeff. That's very true, because it's normal, but when you get to 5-6 times a day, it starts getting a little strange.
Multiple times, yeah. You start,
or you use your numb left hand instead of your right, and it's very strange.
Here's one from the Reaper teacher. It's sticking your tongue out. It's normal for people to do it, but if you continue to do it, it gets kind of weird. I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that. That's cool. No,
biting
that's awesome. Or biting your toenails? Yeah, that's strange the first time.
That's strange, yeah. Picking your nose, eating it. It's like, weirdos.
Yeah. Oh, so that wraps up those questions. I appreciate you for that. Like I said, these are just stuff to throw people off the wall, just to see how you think, because different thing, I ask general questions.
Not very good, huh?
No. They're not easy. Like I said,
Gibbs answers were better.
Yeah, they make you think. It just depends on what questions you get, because I don't know how they answered some of them either.
Yeah, it's like, holy shit, I don't know.
Right.
You're making me think right now.
Yes, absolutely. But I definitely appreciate your time. So speaking of the Chuggernaut, so you want to talk about that? There was a very large quantity of beer you chugged at one time. Was it 4 ounces or something, or was it? What was it?
Yeah. So I bought a 60-ounce. I believe it was 60-ounce pitcher, empty pitcher, and I filled it with beer, and I had 4 ounces, according to the math of the beer cans.
Right.
I had 4 ounces left in the can, so yeah, I chugged the 60-ounce pitcher of beer. I mean, I had to take some breaths. I there's no way I couldn't.
Well,
do
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
on
yeah. But
breath.
still, you took a breath, went right back.
Yes,
Yeah.
I chugged it all, and then I was talking to the camera a bit, and I said, "Well, still got about 4 ounces left in this can," so I chugged those, and boy, that was rough.
That set you over the edge. I think you made a comment like you felt like you were sloshing around when you walked, like you could feel it in
For real.
there.
Yeah, dude, I was sitting in my recliner and I'm like, kind of rocking, and I could feel.
Oh,
Yeah. I could feel everything, and I could, when you could hear the liquid moving around your stomach, I was like,
right.
holy shit. So yeah, that was another one. I got up, and man, that was like a fire hose. Exploded, just and
Everywhere.
no, it was in the toilet, but it kept coming and coming and coming. I was like, oh my god, I didn't even drink that much.
Yeah, it's
like,
amazing how much your bladder held in there for you,
yeah, it was like,
For sure.
holy shit.
So yeah.
Woo! And I've done before that. I did I think it was a 40-ounce chug, and I was like, all right, I gotta top that.
I'll tell you what, the 22-ounce ones are rough for me. Those are probably my limit, honestly.
Yeah, man. What was it? Not long ago on Cap Crew, I did. I think I did 4 beers. I dumped them in my pitcher.
Yeah,
it was a spicy chug.
Right.
So I put tincture in it. That was a little rough too.
So we don't really have to get into because you already talked about it. You're prepared for this challenge coming up. Is there something you're going to do to prepare, and what is that? If you don't mind giving it. If not, you don't have to tell us because it might be.
I mean, like I said, Jiff sent me all these tinks. I got tinks, these tinks, those brownies. I'm gonna eat. As it gets closer to the date, I will probably start chomping on some actual peppers.
Right.
I don't want to start doing that now, and then by the time comes around, that tolerance or whatever is just going to be gone. Yeah,
There's 5 of them I know of, right?
3. Yeah, I got 5. Well, I got some League of Fire challenges.
Okay.
I'll probably do a couple of those.
Sure.
So I know I got another Heart of Fire. That one was kind of hot.
Yeah. So yeah. Speaking of that, what about the contest itself? I'm not talking about specific people yet, but what about the contest concerns you the most? Like quantity, heat.
Yeah,
just not knowing what you're getting ready to get into.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I watched the European one, and they went from like the first one was like a habanero heat,
Right.
What, 4, maybe no, not even 4. I think it was like 200 and something thousand
Right.
Scoville, and then the second pepper jumped up to like 900. Done one tonight.
About the challenges.
Challenge, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
it's all good. Yeah. So, is there anybody at the table, and my answer would be everybody, but that you're most concerned about, or who worries you the most about competing against?
Everybody there.
I think everyone at that table has the potential
dangerous
to win, and that's for sure. I mean,
yeah, it's like shit.
You have this sneaky tolerance for some reason. Like you just push yourself through it.
Yeah.
And
and it sucks. Like that's my thing. That's what I always say. I never prep, like,
Right.
I mean, I stomach prep, but I don't like heat tolerance prep.
Yeah.
I do the challenge and I suffer through it every single time. The only one I've ever failed is that death bloom.
Okay,
And
that's a good one. Yeah, okay. So that's
and
the
it's
only one
just
you
like,
failed.
yeah, everything else I've done well. And the pop rocks I did the other night.
Oh yeah, but I don't. That doesn't count. I mean, it counts for some people. Doesn't count for me.
Yeah,
Jeff
that's
says, worry about your throat. Prepare your throat for the burn. Seriously.
yes, that is a big thing lately. I've never really had that problem, but when I did a tincture. My throat was on fire.
Right.
And actually, what's it called? My first one with the throat was Jim Snow's Tap Out.
Okay.
It felt like the same way with that tincture. It felt like somebody was holding a torch to the inside of my throat. And it was horrible. Bad. Like, holy shit. Because that thing, I think the Tap Out had, I forget, Jiff knows how many reapers it had in it. And he made, I think Jim Snow said it had enough reapers to make, I want to say like 75 bottles of sauce, and he made 3. Yeah.
Says your
After a
throat
few
will go
of those.
numb, but then you'll make it harder for you to feel your swallowing.
Yeah.
The question is, have you been eating fresh pods, or have you eaten many fresh pods in your days,
No,
or just challenges, pretty much, right?
absolutely not. That's my biggest thing
Okay.
going into this is, believe it or not, I do not eat fresh pods. Uh, so
Okay.
that's going to be my biggest challenge going into this is, I mean, I've eaten jalapenos, I've
Right.
eaten Scotch bonnets, but that's it. I've had pieces of Carolina Reaper and
Right.
scorpions, but not whole ones,
Right.
So I know I know firsthand. I know how the heat hits you differently,
Yes, for
and
sure.
it it lingers. It's way different. Um, start with jalapenos. Yeah, I know.
Right. Right. As far as heat level, but I would do it simply to get the feel of chewing peppers and
Oh
swallow.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Just
yeah,
to go that way, and then move up as the heat level as you get more comfortable with that. Yeah.
yeah,
I think that. Yeah.
yeah. I know. Like I said, man. Like I've had pieces of them, and I know. Like the first time I ever tried Carolina Reaper, I was a little sliver, and that shit almost, I was like, it almost killed me. I was
Right.
like 5 years ago. I was like, holy shit, that's hot. Like just a little tiny piece, and it
Yes.
got stuck in my tooth, and I'm just sitting there like trying to get it out, and that made it even worse.
Right.
And yeah, I made sure to press my tongue up against the top of the roof of my mouth too.
Right.
Yeah.
Annie says just go straight to the Reaper and just get her done and get into
Yeah. No, I'm not a Reaper teacher.
Yeah, that's what she's teaching you, right? Straight to it.
Yeah.
But no, this is where we start wrapping up the show. This is your point to talk about anything you want to talk about, close out, a plug if you want, or if you have any questions for me, this is your time.
Well, I mean, yeah, just I want everybody to watch us in that competition if you can. It's going to be live streamed on, I'm sure, League of Fire's Facebook. I don't know about YouTube, but I'm sure the Facebook. Whoever else is going to be there might be live streaming it also. Like, just support us as much as you guys can. Which, I mean, we've already had support. I still have a raffle going and all over the place. It's a really good raffle. It's got my sauce. Jeff donated some sauce. Randy Carollo donated a sauce and a tincture. Sean McPhee donated a sauce. Old Agnes donated a 4-pack of brownies and a t-shirt. Your choice of brownies and 2 seasoning powders.
Nice.
Geez, I think Ryan Thomas said he'll give me a tincture for it. It's a lot. There's a
And that's
lot of
all for
stuff.
$10 a chance. $10 each chance.
$10 an entry. Yes,
And you
I
can buy
got.
as
I
many
think
chances as you want, or is there a limit? Or
no, as many as you want. $10 a piece. I believe I got. I want to say 19 or 17 or 19 slots open still.
very cool. Very
So
cool.
really good raffle. It's to help me out with my trip. I mean,
Sure. And that, that's not a cheap trip. That the event
yeah.
itself is not like a free event. You have to pay to get in and compete. Even being competitive, you still have to pay to get there. So it's
We're
not
yeah, it's a hotel. I secured my hotel today, and
awesome.
that was a big chunk.
Yeah, I think the worst part for me is all the people that I know of are going, plus the ones that'll be there that I don't know of yet, and I'm gonna miss it, unfortunately. Man, that sucks, and I'm because that's an excellent group of people that I would love to just hug.
Yeah,
hug.
yeah,
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 for sure.
for sure.
But
There's
yeah, I'll
there's a lot.
definitely. Yeah,
I
for
can't
sure.
imagine who's going to be there that we don't even think of.
Well, we know Old Agnes store is going to be there, of course, and they're sponsoring the Crunchy Challenge on stage, I believe, too.
Yeah,
So, and like I
yeah,
said, those are two of the greatest, kindest, uh, I don't even know, company out there that that I've ever met. Like everybody says, that handwritten note. People have
yeah.
started following suit with that because that's an awesome gesture, and that started from day one with them. That's not something they just recently started doing. And there is a list
Yeah.
of vendors on the website, West Coast Hot Sauce Experience. You can look it up on Facebook, the
Oh yeah,
website. It's all there.
he's
So
going to be there too.
prescribe, burn. So
He's actually going to
again,
be
you can
there.
look them up. That's awesome that you're sponsored by them. But if you don't have anything else, I don't have anything else. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Appreciate
Woo.
your time, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It was fun.
All right, everybody. So, episode 4 of Outside the Fire. Excellent interview with Eric Midge Welbaum. We got to figure out who he is, why he is, and where he is. But we still don't know where's Waldo. Um, but we love you. Keep coming back. I have 2 more to interview, and they're coming very soon. I will post them on my Facebook, which is as public as I can possibly make it. Every time I make a post, it kicks me back to friends only for some reason, but doing it best. I'm also live streaming on YouTube, and I'm also over on Twitch now on Twitch. I know that's a gaming app, but I love it. So maybe we can get some followers over there. But I appreciate you all joining us. Thank you for watching, and please stay tuned for more exciting content coming your way on YouTube. More challenges will be coming your way after some events take place, and my personal stuff that I got going on with some events and some weight loss stuff. And I'll be getting back into making videos for challenges again. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. And I appreciate each and every one of you every day. Uh, this ends my time here. My time with you will hopefully never end. Please stay crazy, my friends.